Hello, my dear students. How are you? Hope you all are doing well. So, we have completed the first unit, Hues and Views. Now, we are going to the second unit, Wings and Wheels, which tells about traveling. In this unit, we have two stories and two poems. Now, tell me, my dear students, do you like traveling? Which are the places you would love to visit when you get a chance? Traveling is a very important part of our life as it is the best way to get out of the busy world. Traveling is all about exploring new places, cultures, and styles of living. So, today we are going to learn a new story. The title of the story is A Shipwrecked Sailor, which is about traveling. This story is written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So, first of all, let's have a look at the profile of the author. Gabriel Garcia Marquez was born in 1928 in Colombia. He was a novelist, short story writer, screenwriter, and journalist. He was affectionately called as Gabo. He received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1982. His famous works are 100 Years of Solitude, The Autumn of the Patriarch, and Love in the Time of Cholera. So, did you get a picture of Gabriel Garcia Marquez? Yes. A Shipwrecked Sailor tells the story of Luis Alejandro Velasco, who is a 20-year-old sailor who was washed overboard during a storm in the middle of Caribbean Sea. Washed overboard means he fell from a ship. He survived for 10 days in the open sea in a life raft without food and water. Now, let's see what happened to Velasco and his shipmates. The main characters in this story are Luis Alejandro Velasco, Julio Amador Carabello, Eduardo Castillo, Luis Rengifo, and Ramon Herrera. So, shall we start our class? Yes, so I will read the text for you. Listen carefully. My first impression was that I was utterly alone in the middle of the ocean. The ship plunged into an abyss and disappeared. I had no idea what was happening. I took hold of one of the bobbing crates and stupidly began to contemplate the sea. It was a perfectly clear day. Except for the choppy waves produced by the wind and the cargo scattered across the surface, there was no evidence of a shipwreck. So, at first, Velasco thought that he was completely alone in the middle of the ocean. The ship plunged into an abyss. That means the ship fell into a deep hole and then it disappeared. Velasco didn't understand what was happening. Velasco took one of the bobbing crates, that means moving wooden containers, and he looked at the sea carefully. It was a clear day. There was no evidence or sign of a shipwreck except the choppy waves and the scattered cargoes. Now we will see the difficult words and their meanings. Utterly means completely. Plunged means moved or fell suddenly. Abyss means bottomless depth. Bobbing means moving up and down quickly. Crate means a box or frame of wood or plastic for transporting goods. Contemplate means to look thoughtfully for a long time. Choppy means small waves. Cargo means goods. Now we will move on to the rest of the story. Soon I began to hear shouts nearby. Through the sharp whistling of the wind, I recognized the voice of Julio Amador Carabello, the tall, well built officer who was yelling at someone, Fatso, hold there! So suddenly, Velasco heard some noise. Through the sharp whistling of the wind, Velasco recognized the voice of Julio Amador Carabello. He was a tall, well built officer who was yelling. Yelling means shout loudly. So he was shouting at someone, Fatso, hold there. Now we will see the second paragraph. It was as if in that instant I had awakened from a moment's deep sleep. It dawned on me that I wasn't alone in the sea. There, only a few meters away, my mates were shouting to one another and trying to stay afloat. Quickly, I began to think. I couldn't swim in just any direction. I knew we were about 50 miles from Cartagena, but I was not yet frightened. For a moment, I thought I could hold on to the crate indefinitely until help arrived. It was reassuring to know that all around me other sailors were in the same predicament. That was when I saw the raft. So it was at that moment Velasco had awakened from a moment's deep sleep. He also realized that he was not alone in the sea. Velasco also saw that his mates, that means his friends, were shouting to one another. Velasco was not able to swim in any direction. They were 50 miles away from Cartagena. Velasco thought to hold the crate for a long time. He also understood that the other sailors were also in the same predicament or difficult situation. At that time, Velasco saw a life raft. Now we will see the meaning of difficult words. Dawned means understood. Stay afloat means stay on the surface of the water. Cartagena means a Colombian port city on Caribbean coast. Indefinitely means for a long time. Reassuring means removing fear or giving confidence. Predicament means difficult and unfortunate situation. Raft means a lifeboat. So, hope you all have understood the first two paragraphs of the story. Now, we will do one activity on the possessive form of pronouns which is given in page number 55 of your textbook. Before that, we will see the possessive form of nouns. The possessive form of nouns are made by adding s to the nouns. So, we will see some of the examples of the possessive form of nouns. Sajina's book. Here, the word s is added to the noun Sajina and it becomes Sajina's book. So, this is the possessive form of nouns. Now, we will see some more examples. Rahul's bat. Maya's car. Nikhil's house. Now, the possessive form of pronouns take a new form. Let's see about it. The possessive form of pronouns are changed into a different forms. So, the possessive form of the pronoun I becomes my, you becomes your, he becomes his, she becomes her, it becomes its, we becomes our, you becomes your. Now, we will use these pronouns and the possessive form of pronouns in different sentences. Our school had won the match and we got the prize. Your brother is tall, but you are short. His character was good and he was appreciated. She, as well as her friend, is good at English. So, students, here we can see that the pronouns and the possessive form of pronouns are used in the same sentences. So, thank you, students. We will meet in the next class with the rest part of this story. Thank you.